Northwind databases originally came from Microsoft Access. It is a great database with a good number of the tables that people can use to write join queries. And Northwind databases has been ported to many different RDBMS, open source or not open source. I actually using the Northwind for MySQL and using the MySQL Workbench to generate this ERD, the entity relationship diagram, to show the students the relationship of these tables, and then for the students to practice SQL queries, especially the join query and also the window functions. So to port it the Northwind from MySQL or from other relational database, there are small tweaks that need to be done. So specifically, and then let me open this the SQL scripts that can run on the Spark SQL. So then there specifically is here is just like all other databases. You start with the creating the databases and then use that databases as a default database. So essentially for the Spark SQL, and the database is really a schema. So therefore it drops all the tables if they're there. So therefore, and recreate a table from scratch. And these are pretty much standard. So specifically is the insert value is fine, insert the single row statements, but specifically for if you need to apply any functions such as to_date functions to convert a string to a data type. And then if you are using insert, if I originally is insert into employees and then values and open paren and a close paren. But unfortunately, Spark SQL doesn't accept it. So therefore, I replace with a select, replace the values with a select, and then remove the open paren and the close paren. So therefore, this works. So that's a little tricks. And then it populates the table just created earlier and with the data. So therefore, it has a good data inside for the students to practice SQL. So after you have git clone this repos, and then you cd to the repo folder, and then you will see there is a file called northwind.sql, right? So how to use it, and then it's inside the readme.md, and then basically is I recommend you just using no-hub spark-sql-f, and then you just run this in the background. And also with a no-hub, then you don't need to worry about if your SSH, the disconnect, right? So therefore, it will continue to run. So I have already run this, the northwind.sql, and then it has created the schema and the tables and populate the tables for me. So in order to run Spark SQL, this is assuming you already have the Hadoop and the Hive, and also the Spark master and the worker process. They are all up and running. So therefore, you can, and also this is assuming you already put the Spark-SQL inside the search path. Otherwise, you have to specify the full path for the Spark-SQL. So the Spark SQL client is a Spark-SQL. So therefore, you just start up the client, the character-based client. Okay, so now, and then I have the use Northwind. So I set my default databases in other RDBMS is called schema. So therefore, the default databases is Northwind. And I do a show tables. It contains all the tables that included inside the Northwind databases, along with, for example, the data. And the employee table, it contains about a few rows because this is assuming to be a pretty small companies. Okay, so therefore you can just practicing your query and with joining these tables according to the ERD.